last Friday. It must be not particularly pleasing.
Yeah, as a winger forward player, you're always kind of judged on scoring goals, and I suppose it's kind of about time this season I started banging a few of them in. So two goals in 2 games is kind of it's a good way to get started, even though we're kind of coming to the end of the season.
And the ball that Ben played infield was exquisite. Was that something you'd worked on in the training ground beforehand?
Yeah, weirdly enough, he set up the 2 goals 2 weeks in a row for me. So we're starting to form a partnership in that regard. Kind of, we worked on me starting as a winger, starting in a higher position, whereas before I probably would have been more reserved and drop back. So I'm on the edge of the shoulder, looking for those through balls, and they're very similar through balls 2 weeks in a row, if you know what I mean. So if he can carry that on into next season, I'd be happy out if he can keep supplying them to me.
Probably a hard question now because he's sitting behind me, but has Neil improved your game since he's come in?
Yeah, well, if you as wingers, you're based on scoring and setting up goals, and since he's come in, I've scored 3. Compared to the start of the season and the middle of the season, I didn't really score at all. So from that point of view, you would say absolutely. You're given that freedom to go express yourself 1v1, take plays on. It's not always going to work out. So it's up to you and the manager to have that relationship that he knows he has faith in you. If it doesn't work out once, you're kind of hoping he's going to back you that it'll happen the second, if not the third time. So you just kind of keep going at it from that regard.
Heading to Shamrock Rovers now on Friday, I suppose little to play for both sides, but you obviously want to finish the season on a high. Yeah,
it kind of happens at League of Ireland, doesn't it? At the end of the season, most times there's so-called dead rubber games. But as players, you don't view it as that. You're always under the spotlight. You're playing a team that comes second. They have a cup final coming up. You want to challenge themselves. We want to challenge ourselves against them. We got a good result against them at home last time. We drew 1-1. So from that point of view, we can't be too scared of them at all. Be nice to finish the season 3 wins in a row. In a way, the season's kind of finishing at a bad time for us, just as we're starting to pick up form. I think everyone's kind of realising that. But listen, if we could get 3 wins from 3 towards the end of the season, it would give everyone that's coming back here next year a great lift and a great bounce. So even to enjoy the off season, you'd have your last memories of the season in a positive frame. So there's plenty to look forward to and play from that point of view.
So in terms of yourself as well, is the season kind of ending at a bad time?
Yeah, I just kind of touched on it there. It's frustrating just as a team and a personal point of view. You're starting to hit a bit of form. I'm starting to score goals now. You kind of wish you had 3-4 more games to play for, but if anything, that'll just kind of give you that added hunger. If we had the end of the season, let's say, and we hadn't won any games and hadn't been scoring, you'd nearly be wishing for the season to end. And as a player, you never want to be in that position. You don't want to be in the off season looking back and not having a nice ending to the season. It's good to have that base still to work on for next year. You spend the time of the off season then kind of more eager, more hungry to get back if you finish the season well, rather than looking back on it with regrets. And
in terms of the season, did you set a target of goals and assists, and have you gone close to it?
Honestly, I haven't been close to what I set a target. No, I kind of set a target of 10 goals, and I'm on 4 or 5 all competitions. So I suppose unless I pull off a miracle now against Shamrock Rovers, I'm a bit off that. But it's been a difficult season from a personal point of view, I suppose, and as a collective point of view. And as I've said now twice already, we are kind of hitting that form too late. So I suppose I can try hit that target for next season. As a winger, you're always going to be trying to get 10 goals, 5 assists, swap it around, whatever way you want to look at. You want to have a lot of end product, and the harsh reality is none of us really had it for a good portion of the season. But there's 1 more game left, so if you come back to me in a week, maybe I might have a better answer on my target.
And just in terms of the season as a whole, obviously when you joined Cork City, they got to the FA Cup final and missed out and finished second in the league, so it wasn't quite the season.
No, it hasn't. If we're being honest, I think everyone's kind of self-reflective from that point of view, that if you'd ask anyone in the League of Ireland, the Cork would end up in this position. Nobody would believe it. And obviously it's just a accumulation of different errors and mistakes and games, confidence. We've all been trying to put our finger on it, and if we were able to put our finger on it, we would have rectified it. So it's kind of it's been difficult, but as I said, it's the last month or so, 2 months have improved. The mood has picked up, performances have gotten a bit better. We're due a bit of luck, something that we just haven't had. I think somebody pointed out we're 14-15 points off that 4th spot, and if you look at certain games in the season that we lost in the last minute, twice against Pats, UCD away, we had Finn Harps at home twice that we drew against. So as bad as the season has been, if we had those luck in the 90-minute goals that went in, we could potentially be a lot higher up the table. Now obviously that's football, and we didn't take those chances and we lost those games, so that's where we are. But it maybe hasn't, how do you say, it hasn't gone to plan, put it that way, at all.
You suppose Daire by Dundalk again this season, and the gap between, not just the gap between Cork and Dundalk, but the gap between Dundalk and second, third and fourth kind of thing.
Yeah, listen,
Just steamrolled everybody really.
they did. They're kind of the benchmark that everyone wants to hit at the moment. They're full-time outfit, they're massive budget, massive group of players. They could put out a B team and they'd still probably challenge for Europe. Like clubs around the country can only dream of that at the moment. Like, and as far as we can see, they're going to carry that on into next year. But listen, we'll take great confidence from beating them. I'd say not many teams have beat them this year. So it's, from our point of view, from a Cork point of view, it's good to get one over. It doesn't mask the season in any means, but it definitely made the fans a bit happier after the game last Friday. So at least they'll have some kind of a happy memory of the season if they remember that game over any other.
What would you be hoping for next season? At the moment, you're just 1 of 4 fellas under contract.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of changes obviously in the close season.
There will be a lot of changes. Obviously, I'm contracted here for next year, so I think. Listen, I'm not going to say we're going to come up and we're going to win a league. You have to kind of take it as we're going to see what happens in pre-season, see what happens in the off-season. I think we've a lot of young players coming through. We should be aiming at least for a European place. I think that's well within our realms if we get together, have a good pre-season under the manager, get real fit, strong, challenge for that. And from a personal point of view, obviously you just want to get more goals and assists. If I could hit that double figure mark at all, I think then if a striker hits double figures and another winger, suddenly that's a lot of points that's going to add up to the top of the table, and that's just not the way that it's been this year.